Welcome back to another episode of Tips for Technicians. I'm Tad, trying to give you advice today. I've got advice for a viewer that left a comment, and those questions I would like to answer right now. Today I want to read the question from the commenter here. Anthony, thank you for your question. Today I want to give you advice not only about your tendonitis to try to help alleviate that issue for you, but I also want to give you good advice to where you can figure out what you need to do with your situation a little bit better with a little bit of my experience. So let's get started reading your question, and then I'm going to take you to a local health food store and show you what I used to alleviate my tendonitis, because I had braces, little bitty bands on both of my arms here, and it basically just put pressure here, and then it alleviated the pain that I was having. And I had mine from working out over the years and also doing sports like baseball. And tendonitis is no joke, it's very painful. Of course, definitely recommend that you talk to a real physician, a real doctor. My experience can maybe provide you with some advice, and this might be the solution for you. But again, I don't make any claims, and I'm not a doctor. So let's get started reading your question. So it says right here, hey man, I was just wondering what your thoughts are for my situation. So I'm only 22, trying to figure out my career. HVAC and electrician were my go-to, since you can for sure find work right away. Definitely, you're definitely right on that. My problem is that I developed tendonitis and have some carpal tunnel stuff going on in my hands from lifting weights. My arms also have some type of nerve damage going on, so I've developed a fear of not being able to lift heavy things when I get older, because nerve damage can never get fully fixed. That being said, I was wondering if an electrician would not be the choice for me if I'm already getting symptoms of pain in my hands, wrists, up in my arms at the age of 22. I'm assuming these jobs require 8 hours a day of constantly lifting. That depends. And gripping tools and objects, which terrifies me for the future, since I already feel light pain at such an early age. So that is a yes and no. It definitely requires 8 hours. As far as heavy lifting, it depends on what what part of the field you enter. You don't necessarily have to be an HVAC technician. You can be an HVAC salesman, basically. You could be someone who does sales. You could be someone who does all the ordering, does all the stock. You don't have to necessarily work for a dealer. You can work for a distributor. So you could be someone behind the counter that's ordering. You could be at tech support. So you could offer tech support. You could basically work for a brand and offer tech support on a regular. You could be sales director, something like that. There's many different types of career choices. You don't necessarily have to be a technician. So that's my advice for you there. As far as what to do with your tendonitis, I'd like to take you to the health food store near me and show you what alleviated my symptoms. Let's go there now, and then I'll finish up the video with a few more tips on the advice of what you should do. So let's go. Before we go to the health food store, I just want to show you that in my van, of course, it's really, really dirty, and I probably need to clean it up, but my truck transmission went out, and I've been in this for the last week or so. I'm just going to show you that if you see here, see this vacuum pump, pretty heavy. And then if you look here, torches, pretty heavy. And then I've got tool bag here with all my tools. Carhartt's a really good bag. Or SOE, check out SOE. And then Freon, all that is pretty heavy. And you're constantly going to be taking this in and out of the truck if you're doing service work. Again, you don't have to do service work. You know, I know lots of people that just do tech work. You know, units are heavy. So, you know, if you're doing install work, you're going to be lifting, you're going to be in tight spaces like crawl spaces or attics. This is a package unit. This package unit is a 3.5 ton, and it probably weighs a good 400 pounds. So that's pretty heavy. And then you got a condenser over here. This condenser probably weighs a good 150, 200 pounds. That's 3 ton there, maybe 150 pounds, but let's go to the health food store.
Anthony, we're driving to the health food store, Anthony. Just because you wanted to.
Anthony, we're driving to the health food store, Anthony. Check it out, man. Yeah. We're almost there, buddy. Just hang on.
Yay!
All right. Oh, we we got some people here too. Got a little crack on my windshield. Need to get that fixed. Look at that. It says Health Food Market. Hope you're ready to go inside. All right, Anthony, we're at my favorite health food store, Better Living Natural Foods. I'm gonna walk inside and show you what I used for my tendonitis, and hopefully you can try it and it can help you. Again, I'm not a physician, but let's go take a look. All right, let's go take a look here real quick. Walk you right to where it's at. Cat claw extract. This right here is what I used, and it is a bark cat's claw, and you can see the ingredients there. $13, so definitely worth a try. Very, very small price. 10-to-1 concentrate. It says immune system support. You can get the capsule form, or Anthony, you can get the powder form, cat's claw. Do your research and definitely make sure that you are taking precaution and doing the recommended dosage and all that good stuff. But I just want to show you what I used, and it was cat's claw. Anyways, thanks for watching, Anthony. Let's go talk a little bit more about what you can do for your career. Let's get out of here. Anthony, I took the cat claw for 2 weeks, and I took it in pill form, and after I took it for 2 weeks, I didn't have tendonitis anymore. So it worked for me. And if it does work for you, please comment and let me know. I would love to know, because that would be a success. And I would be really happy to know that. So definitely don't withhold that information from me. So I want to talk to you just a little bit more about career options and what opportunities are available to you. And I also want you to check out my video, what to do after HVAC trade school, how to get a job after HVAC trade school. I've got a video on that. I'm going to post a link in the description so that you can go down there, Anthony, and click that and get some more advice. But I will tell you that you definitely don't have to be a technician or an installer. And a prime example of another yet opportunity that a lot of people don't even know about in the HVAC industry is there is software used for piping diagram. So Samsung is one of my major brands, and they have a software called DVM Pro. And I use that software to lay out the system, whether it's the controls, the piping diagrams, the equipment itself, and I match everything up. And I basically have to go on site and I have to measure out the line sets, vertical, horizontal, how many Y joints, and where the controls are going to be, where the indoor air handlers are going to set, the power, all of those different options that have to be put in this software for me to get even a price on the equipment. So you are going to have the opportunity to be able to take and do jobs that don't require any type of lifting in this industry now because of the ductless market. And the ductless equipment is going to be widely used now more than it ever has been because of the efficiencies and because of the applications. So I would say that that's just another example of why you're not really going to have to lift. And there are sales positions, there are service, there is technical support. There's just so many different opportunities. I would say for you, check out that video, how to get a job after HVAC trade school. And then I would say you need to call dealers. You need to find out their technicians. You need to find out what jobs are available. You need to call their technicians and talk to them about what they would do different if they have this. You see, if you're wondering about lifting, I would find out from technicians that work at companies if they have to lift a lot, or what positions they are in and what it requires. That way you know what you're going to be doing. As far as technicians, you're definitely going to be lifting quite a bit. I would say get your tendonitis under control, and hopefully Cat Claw will work for you. Thank you for your comment, your question. If I didn't answer all of it, then just let me know what else you need to know. Anthony, I want to end this video with giving you, I think, would be some really good critical advice. Learn how to work on ductless equipment. This right here is an outside condenser, and it has a manifold. And that manifold can put up to 5 indoor units anywhere you would like in the actual building you're trying to acclimate. I'm going to show you those indoor units. This is my aquaponics indoor grow facility where I grow my own vegetables. But having to work on this equipment doesn't mean you have to have your whole tool bag, right? So you don't have to have a large strain on you when you're working on something like this or any other piece of equipment. You just have to know what to carry with you. So an example would be a screwdriver. Okay, you got to have a screwdriver to open the panel. Then you got to have a crescent wrench to open the valves. You got to have a set of gauges to measure the pressures. So if I just had 3 or 4 tools, I could probably be able to open this up and measure a few things. Learning how to work on this though, figuring out that aspect of it, the technical side, will definitely give you an edge in this field, because not a lot of technicians out there know how to work on this, know how to install this. And quite frankly, they don't know anything about the software. And I use SNet Pro to measure, to monitor, to diagnose. And what it is it's a computer. And that computer has a little SNet converter box. And then I plug it into the DC communications. It's able to display for me on the computer all the operating parameters. So I can be able to change fan speeds, and then I can do commissions. There is large money involved in being able to do commissioning, especially for 3-phase commercial equipment. So that is one thing I will definitely tell you need to do if you plan on doing the HVAC thing. I love ductless mini splits, and this is what they look like. This is my indoor grow facility. That's a 4-way cassette, and it's connected with line sets and wire, and it blows around all 4 sides and sucks in the middle. And then over here is a wall mount air handler, and that right there blows out of that little outlet there, and it sucks in the top because that's the return. And then there's line sets, and those line sets go out and go down. Well, actually they go out over here and down with the other line sets, and they connect to that outdoor unit, right? So this is going to be the future. This is what everybody's putting in indoor grow facilities, sunrooms, for an addition. Instead of having all the duct work where there can be leaks, or there can be efficiency losses because you have attic spaces or crawl spaces that are not conditioned, and you have that fighting against your efficiency. This right here doesn't have those inefficiencies because, of course, they don't have ductwork. So I would give you that last piece of advice before we end this video, that if you want to do HVAC, learn about the ductless market, learn about equipment brands and the technical side of things, especially if you can't get your tendonitis under control. But I have full faith that you will, my brother. So if your issue with your tendonitis is not resolved by the cat claw, try looking at your diet and maybe changing your diet. Drink plenty of water, take lemons and cut them in half, and then squeeze lemon juice in your water and drink that. It's good for the body's pH balance. And then also make sure you're eating a bunch of vegetables, homegrown vegetables. If you don't have a garden, start one. And maybe try to do the diet approach where you're eating more plant-based. Maybe that'll help you. But if it doesn't, I'm not a doctor. I'm sorry. I love you, man. I'm glad you left the comment. I'm here to help you if you need me. Anybody else watching this video, if you have specific questions that you think I might be able to answer, I will definitely try. If I cannot, I'll get you to somebody who can. This is Tad with Tips for Technicians, reminding you, I'll keep you cool if you let me.